This is Soy,
And this is Dyra.
and you're listening to Hair and Whatever.
Unfiltered salon talk. Hey y'all.
What's
up,
good?
What's up?
How y'all doing? Happy New Year.
Right.
Oh, this the first joint?
It's the first one.
Yes.
Oh, I feel honored. I feel honored.
Yes.
Okay.
We have a special guest on the show, Joy the John. That's how you say it?
It's the John Joy.
The John
She just
Joy.
chopped and screwed. No, I'm joking.
My bad.
That's that Philly slang there.
Right. And what we talking about, Soy?
So we are talking about what is it? I'm always forgetting. Right?
So I just told you.
She just told me the short-term memory. Yo, okay, get out the natural hair box.
Right.
Yes, cause y'all be tripping. And we got John Joy here.
You can
about,
refer to me as Joy later on. You don't gotta refer to John Joy the whole
Okay,
time.
good,
Right? We gonna
'cause,
say
like, I'm not-
you don't got no.
yeah.
Soy, we better than that.
Thank you, because
Yes,
like
you know what I mean. Just for the initial introduction, and then the rest, just call me Joy.
please.
You
okay.
feel me? I don't like that. After a while, it just becomes redundant.
The real life of a woman
Yes.
in the entertainment industry, music industry, with Joy.
What's up?
The John Joy.
Yeah.
Now we just gonna keep on messing. with
But
you.
first, let's give the hair crown of the week to Kerry Washington. She was
Looking ever so
looking,
fly.
oh my God. Like, I think by far this is like my favorite.
Yeah,
I think so. She looks so good in the
I like her outfit too.
red carpet, whatchamacallit, at the Golden Globes.
Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks so cute.
Yeah. So it's gonna be on
Cute
here,
Bob.
guys. Yeah. Cute Bob, her jewelry and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like
Super fly.
showing personalidad, which is, you know, all
Her
that
little
chest
chest
and
and
all
Oh, yeah. Okay. Out here. Say that one more time.
personalidad.
Personalidad.
Bilingual up in this bitch.
Yeah, heard me?
Yes, that's what we're
Cállate la
doing.
boca.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know how to say.
That's what we doing in 2020. I'm gonna start talking in Spanish. So it's
Yeah.
gonna talk in English and I'm gonna
Yep.
talk in Spanish, papi.
Hey, papi.
That's right. Bilingual.
All right, so let's get into it. So our hair topic is get out the natural hair box. So let's get into that. Like, so
Yeah. Cause y'all be
um,
tripping.
right. I think like there's so many curly girl hair police out there.
Noxies, man.
Right, that are always
Natural Noxies.
that make it like such a bad thing. And not for nothing, but like at first, like I feel like before we started this hair podcast, like it was more like natural hair,
Yeah.
right? But now we've like kind of opened up more.
Yeah, opened your horizons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I
We
see
broadened
y'all.
it.
I
Yeah,
see y'all.
especially because we've spoken to so many women who see it, and we've seen so many perspective, and people just feel different about the whole
Hair movement.
hair movement. And to me, you know, like, do what the fuck you want. That's
Yeah, it's your
As
hair.
long as it's healthy.
exactly, and that's our thing as hairstylists, hair professionals. Like, as long as you do it the right way, like whether it's if you're transitioning your hair from natural, like if you want from relaxed to natural, if that's what you want to do, or if you want to relax your hair, that's also a thing.
If you want to wear some weave and clip it,
Or, you know,
all of that.
protective style braids, whatever it is, like that's what you do. So
Sometimes you gotta do what works for you in the moment.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
my stuff be based off of my life in the moment.
right.
Temperatures as well.
Yeah, that's so true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the easiest? I ain't gonna fraud. Comes the first to me. What's the easiest?
Yeah.
Outside of just cutting my hair off.
Right.
What's the easiest? And then, you know, that's where I figure it out at.
Right.
I tried the natural hair stuff. I couldn't do it. Shout out to the girls that do it, though.
Yeah.
So are you,
I mean, my hair is technically natural.
but you don't wear it in the curly
Yes.
state.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Why did you become a natural?
It kind of just, it was during that when the movement first started. It was like relaxers weren't cool no more.
Right.
I think I was like, it was like
All right.
2007, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like around 2007, everybody was just like, relaxers are not cool. I never liked them in the
Creamy
beginning
crack
because
and
it's
all
like
that, but
I
you
got
were-
tired of the burns and all of that stuff. I was
Yeah.
burning like once that went out the door, you know what I mean? And my older cousins were like big on it. So once my older cousins started transitioning, and they're like 14 years older than me and stuff, and then I look up to them a lot. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing. And mine was more so a grow out process though. I didn't
Right.
like because I was
You
like,
didn't do it big shop. You
yeah,
just,
no, I was like
grew
in
it
middle
out.
school and stuff. So it was just like I just stopped getting relaxers, and then it just grew out and grew out, and then that
Cut
was
it
just
off.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Like-
a lot of people, that happened with a lot of people. Like it became just like the thing to do. There was no particular reason why,
Yeah.
you know, they did it. You know, and so like for me,
I think back then too, like Lauryn Hill was popular too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
when the
like,
natural hair.
right?
Oh, okay. So
No.
when did natural
No,
hair
that
become
was-
popular
that's,
to you?
Like later.
Because I'm saying like 2007, 2008.
See, for me, I mean, I'm older than you, so for me, like I stopped getting a relaxer in like 96.
My last relaxer was I was in 8th grade, 2007.
Okay.
So that was the last time I got a relaxer.
Yeah, I never got a relaxer. I just did a big chop because I bleached my hair and lost my curl
Right.
pattern. So essentially, it is a relaxer. But I've always been natural, so I can,
Yeah.
you know, like it's. You know, I know one time my mother tried to relax my edges because
She wanted to lay down.
I was doing my first Holy Communion, and you know,
She
like,
wanted it to the water to
right.
drizzle all over your
And
body.
then my hair was always curly, so it would like still like when she would straighten it, it would get curl up again, you know.
Right.
So, but yeah, so if you want to if the thing for you is to transition, from relaxer to natural hair, then do it. I just think like you got to figure out what works for you. So like, you know, your hair, you may not be a candidate to transition.
Oh, it
Right.
takes candidates.
Yes.
So what like kind of candidate do you have to be? Like, what's the requirements to be
Like
a
you-
candidate to be able to transition?
Well, so like for instance, like some people they have so much breakage when they're growing out their hair that they're not a candidate. You know, they might get like patches right here of like short pieces.
Like
So-
your hair will start talking and not talking literally, but it'll break
I'll
off.
talk.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll talk to you and it says like, "Look, let go." That's what it says, you know. And we've spoken about this. Like we've had like a lot of clients, you know, who come in and they expect to just like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep it, but
It looks crazy.
It looks crazy. Like
you got short pieces right
I
here.
can't
that's
even
all
allow you
broken
to
off.
leave the salon looking like this.
Right. You just need to be big chop it, and you just got to deal with it. And like, I mean, you know, some clients are not a candidate
Right.
to grow their hair out.
Dang, big chop it.
Yeah.
Dang.
I know, you know, to me, like obviously certain people, and if like obviously if you're gonna big chop, then maybe you can consider doing braids or
Yeah.
you know,
or,
like
you know,
there's
you
so
can
many
wear a
ways.
wig or whatever if
Yeah.
you feel a way about it.
Yeah, more power to the woman that could do a big chop. Couldn't be me.
No.
This. No. A big chop, that means I would look like Rashad, right? Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
No, because not.
What's a big like?
But the
I'm
thing
just
is,
saying.
the thing is, you can
like,
cut to your grow out. You know what I'm
like-
saying? Your grow out could be like a, you know,
and so
5
it-
inches
yeah, y'all
long.
already see it's evident. I got a big head, bruh. It ain't gonna work out too well. It ain't gonna work out too well. You know what I mean? They can be like, "You your
mean-
daddy's son." Let me stop. Daughter.
He's so silly.
But you can like, let's say if you do like grow it out for like, you know, maybe a month or two, or like, you know, leave a good amount of growth, and you could, you know, do some braids, or you
Yeah.
could wear a wig, or you could, you know, wear some weave.
and if I
That's
feel,
a redefined process, though. But go ahead.
I mean, I felt like I feel like from what I've seen, like a lot of times when people come in at that stage, their hair is pretty long. It just that they don't know that it's long because it's curly and they can't really see the true length of it.
Yeah, but still sometimes like they some people are not ready to do that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Mentally.
Yeah.
Because it's more mental than anything else,
Yeah.
you know?
gonna
Like,
be-
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like that's a finding yourself type of moment.
it is. And trust me,
Oh
there
my
are
God.
some uncomfortable moments.
That's so
'Cause I did it.
crazy because, and I
You
try
did?
to relate.
Yeah, I did a big
You
chop.
chopped your joint?
Yeah.
I try to relate because I am not that way about hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hairstylist, but like it's not that serious.
Like
to me
hair is
like
not that serious.
Nah.
Like it's just
Yeah.
like cut it, it's gonna
cut
grow
it,
back.
it's gonna grow back.
But what about
it.
for the people shit that ain't grown back? Some people shit don't grow back.
Yes.
Hair grows.
Hair grows.
I
though.
know for a fact some people's stuff don't
Yes.
grow
Well,
back.
they must be
Yes, it
doing
does.
something wrong then.
People's hair grows. It has sometimes to do with their diet. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the shit that they're putting in their bodies.
You know what? That's right. I'm gonna get my healthy lifestyle back together. Not to say my hair don't grow, guys. I'm fine. Okay.
It's probably, and it might
It
be
just made me
splitting.
reflect. It just made me reflect though. When I was eating healthy, I was working out crazy. My abs was coming in. I started getting some crazy hang time.
See?
Right, and it's all about what you're putting inside your body. But if you're like a soda drinker, you're not drinking as much water.
Right.
You're not eating healthy.
No-
it's
no
just
vegetables.
McDonald's after McDonald's and Chick-fil-A, and it's nothing healthy that's going
Don't
in
shoot
your
on the
body.
Polynesian
nutrients.
sauce.
Listen, I love Chick-fil-A. If I can have Chick-fil-A every day and not gain weight, girl.
You know what? I've been
You'd
trying
be
to
a
figure
lot
out
for
where I
them
gained this weight this past month. I've been eating Chick-fil-A every day. It shows it's okay.
See?
There you go.
It's cool though.
There you go.
I ain't eat chicken for a year. I was making
My
it up.
pleasure.
Oh, you back to chicken?
Yeah, I came back. I'm about to jump
you
back out
did?
though. We about to jump. Right, mommy? We jumping back out. This is another woman behind the scenes in the industry too. We about to jump back out for the chicken.
So obviously, okay. So transitioning, you have to be a candidate, right? Also, if you are a candidate for a big chop and you are considering wearing a weave, braids, or a wig, you got to make sure that it's not looking all fucked up.
Right.
You know, like.
You got to make sure that you're taking care of your hair underneath all of that.
Right.
Like you can't just be like a slave to the weaves and to the wigs and all of this stuff.
So what's the best way somebody could take care of their weave, like their hair underneath their weave?
Well, you gotta know that there's a time limit on
What's the time
it.
limit?
Well, it just depends.
Is it 3 months?
Hell no. That's way too
I was. It's
long.
not. I wasn't saying it was me. I was just asking a question.
Hell no. I would say anywhere from 6 to maybe 8 weeks.
So that's-
right? Don't you think?
Yeah, that's
So like
Yeah.
a month and a half to 2
Yeah.
months. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
also like, okay, let's say you have a weave and or you know, a sew-in, right? And your hair starts to grow out, and then like you got that growth. Like you don't want that tension on your hair. Like even if you're combing it out, the manipulation, the comb, and all that stuff. Like you're possibly.
Oh, you know when you could like go like that with your weave.
Exactly.
That's really coming.
steering
It's the
wheel.
steering wheel. When your weave hits the steering wheel, baby
Exactly.
girl, it's time to take that joint
You
out.
gotta get out. Like, come on now. Like
Exactly.
I hear people say that they leave and they stuff in for like 15 months and stuff.
What?
That was the latest, and
They had like mildew in their
look,
hair
I'm getting
or mold.
I'm getting like
She's itching.
I'm
because of
itching.
it.
The craziest I've ever heard is like people say 6 months,
Yeah.
but 15. Damn,
Yeah, that's crazy.
damn, son.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like what does her grow out look like? And
I'm scared to figure. Listen.
Her girl out started dreading.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not taking that shit out.
It started free forming.
She better not come with her shit on. Nigga, you gonna be charged $200 for me to take it off, right? You laughing, but I'm so serious. Listen, Saturday
Don't do that.
is gonna determine whether or not I'm gonna
call
walk
these
out.
people.
Listen, I'm gonna walk out, but whatever. Anyways, right? Also, if you are wearing wigs, right? That's the new thing with the edges and the glue and like
and the
That
little
scares me. I
swirls,
haven't
the
touched
little
that yet.
swirls with
the little swirls and all
And
the
with the baby-
zigzags.
and right, all of that
the
shit.
adult baby hair. Not
Exactly.
really, you know, but a lot of people are doing that. And you got to understand that even if you're like, you know, putting the glue and putting something over it, that's still still going through whatever paper. I don't know even like it's not.
I don't know.
paper.
It's like a little protective thing that they do, like
or
to
like
put
a net or something.
Yeah.
that they're putting, and
It's
then
still
they're putting
rubbing your edges. Like you ain't gonna have no
Right.
edges. Like if you keep doing that.
And I know
bro.
a lot of like
So
these-
the baby hair, not they baby hair.
No, it be
Oh.
lace fronts, and then they cut the little pieces right there, and then they swirl the hair.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh dang.
it's
Yeah.
a whole movement.
and I know a lot of like.
I mean,
know,
some of it looks real cute and fly. It's just that you know you
Yeah.
gotta like be concerned about your edges. Like you ain't gonna have none.
You're not gonna have any edges. And we know that a lot of the new generation, they love their edges, and they love like doing the swirls and the zigzags and the
Right.
writing script essentially.
Right. Some script for real.
That's what it really be like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they get real artistic with their edges
Mm-hmm.
nowadays. But anyway,
Edges take too much time, but I'm getting better at them. They're not done today. I mean, they yeah.
listen, don't look
my
at my
edges
my
never-
edges are never done.
I don't never. I
They
don't
be
do- I
done
don't
some
put too
days,
much.
you feel me? But you know,
I
you
don't
with the
put-
toothbrush.
Yeah,
No, I don't do none of that.
unless
You
my
don't do
hair is
toothbrush?
pulled back, I'll mess with my edges. But right now,
Yeah, I don't do none of that.
Edges save your braids.
your braids.
When your braids get a little old
Oh yeah, like that.
and
Yeah.
you need to come through with that hairstyle, your edges is what make the hairstyle because your braids be
That's
dusty.
true. Yeah, that's
okay.
true. But then yeah,
That's a time that you need to take your shit out.
yeah,
though.
exactly.
You know, my friends tell me that. I've been trying to pay attention.
And if you want to relax your hair, guys, obviously go to a professional.
Yeah.
Because if I know a lot of people who wear their hair short and they have to, and it depends on their
Texture,
Their
whatever, and
texture.
the look that you want to have or whatever.
exactly.
Do you, boo? It's okay. Like
We ain't gonna call it the creamy crack no more.
right? We got called out. So
Exactly.
But I mean, hey, like. I feel like as a professional that that's an advice that I won't give because that I do natural hair and I'm gonna always guide my clients to be natural. But I
Right.
mean, if you wearing a relaxer, just that's fine.
Do
Embrace
what
it.
you
Just-
do. Do
just-
you, boo?
Right. Just,
Just
go to a
for me.
just go to a professional and
Right.
get a professional to take care of your hair. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we're not gonna judge.
Put you on the
You put
spot.
me on.
That's
Oh my
why
God.
just for me.
All right,
Right.
so let's get into slipped into the DMs.
Yeah.
We have what's her name? We don't have, but somebody slipped into our DMs,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to get a haircut. Do you guys trim the hair while it's straight or curly?
Yeah, and we do both.
Yeah, we do
That's
both.
the answer in short. We do both. We do it straight and then we do it curly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when is like
So I guess like if we are going to do it curly, it's mostly clients that have that wear their hair curly for most of the
Right.
time. And if we do it straight, that means
and when we say curly cut, your hair is wet.
right, it's still wet. We still, we don't do the dry piece by piece.
You're pulling the hair,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
we're
then-
pulling it down. We're actually seeing the true length of it. We're not doing a piece by piece curl method that a lot of these curly cuts.
dry curly
Yeah, the dry
cut.
curly cuts. We don't do that. And if it's straight, that means that your hair is going to get flat ironed and, pressed out. And, I mean, that's the same thing. Blow dried and pressed out.
Right.
Yeah. And that, a lot of times, those are clients that go back and forth between wearing curly and straight.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So, we do both.
exactly. And when and obviously you don't recommend. Do you recommend for somebody to do it? Because I know we have a lot of times, like we have clients that come in and they book for a curly cut, but they end up
Straightening
straightening it and getting. So that's important too, to know. If I wear my hair curly, obviously 90% of the time, 80% of the time, but I get straight cuts.
Yeah.
Because I want, and you could still achieve like the volume. You could still achieve
layers, all of that.
That's what I do to my hair. I do the layers because I just like the volume, and you don't need to get a curly cut to shape the hair, the head, or whatever, however you want to look. So,
but those be those girls who are just like, you know,
always wearing
their hair curly, and they just don't want no heat in it because people have told them the heat is bad, and they just real.
And I think, and obviously,
Madam C.J. Walker ain't do all that work for nothing, y'all. Y'all gotta touch it sometimes.
What do you mean?
Well, she's the one who created the relaxer.
The relaxer and the comb, wasn't it the comb?
The comb. I'm referring to the comb.
The relaxer,
She
right?
did the comb.
She did the comb?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hot
damn.
comb.
I thought it was the relaxer. She created a relaxer.
See, I know more than you.
Oh, shit. Put me on.
So to me is like, obviously, she did what she did, but at the end of the day, she didn't know no better either.
Oh, let me stop.
She didn't.
Who didn't know no better?
Madam C.J. Walker.
I mean, like, as far as, like, taking care, like, the education wasn't there. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to play her because she did what she did.
No, I got you.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, it's just like, we didn't have the education. I feel like there's still not a lot of, like, natural hair education out there the right way.
The right one. The right education.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of people talking.
Exactly.
The Wild Wild West and natural hair.
Right. All right, so let's get into the whatever topic. Enough of that hair talk, guys.
Now we're going into the salon talk.
Yes, so let's go to the unfiltered salon talk with Joy John.
Yo. Just bullshit.
John. Listen, I can't.
We have found the victim.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Her name was
You're not
butchered.
familiar with the Philly slang.
I'm
huh?
not from Philly.
They
Sorry.
say John and
Drum gave me that name.
John.
I didn't make that name up.
Listen,
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know about John until I met Tyree.
John.
Like had no idea. I didn't know what he was
John.
talking about. John.
It's any and
Like
everything.
it's any and everything. It's a noun, right? Like it's like
Yeah, it's like, hand me that joint. I'm talking about that bottle of water. Hand me that joint. I'm talking about that remote behind that your laptop. Hand me
John.
that joint. I mean your whole laptop. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Can you
Everything
move
is
that
a
joint?
John.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
woman is a John. A man.
I
can
never
be a
really
John,
liked that,
right?
but yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was like,
ran with
I ain't
it.
no John. What you want to talk to me like some John? Like this? I'm not
Right.
an object. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's some Philly
So
stuff.
who is John?
The John Joy. You got to do better, bro. You butchering. You from New York, ain't you?
I am.
You from New York? They
But
got a lot
but
of
I
butcher
don't
shops
say-
up there.
John.
No, you got a lot. Of
So it's John the Joy.
The
John the Joy.
no.
Yo.
Joy the John.
No. The
John
and the name.
Joy.
Yep.
Oh, the John Joy.
Yo,
11 times.
You're hilarious.
All right. So who is the? Who is
Yeah,
Joy?
who's Joy, yo?
Who is? I mean, Joy and the John Joy is two different people. I would think.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's not. They not really the same.
Okay, you got
They got different. You know what I'm saying? Like they have similarities, but they a little different. I mean, you know, the John Joy is just like, I mean, John is any and everything. When the name was given to me, shout out to Drama. It more so represented of what I wanted to be and who I was before me fully recognizing it. Because when he gave me the name, I wasn't rocking with it. I really didn't like it.
No.
He wasn't calling me like the radio name I was going by. You know what I mean? I was
Right.
Joy Live. And he would be the only person on air that would not call me it. He would be
Really?
like, the John Joy, the young John Joy is in the building. Got the John Joy. And then everybody else started calling me it around the building. And then everybody else started calling me it around the studio. Then next thing you know, people in the street started calling me it. And then I was just like, you know, names aren't always, you don't always get to pick your name. Most names are given.
Yeah.
Same way your parents
Yeah,
give you
yeah,
a
yeah.
name.
Right.
So I was like, I guess this is who I am. This is who I'm about to be. But for me, my name, like the John Joy and how it relates to me as a person, John means any and everything. I feel like me as an individual and as a creative within the music industry, I kind of do any and everything. Between being behind the scenes, running Mean Street Studios, working for Atlantic, also out of it, producing drama show on Shade 45, having my own show on Dash Radio, being a host, working with Sprite, being a songwriter, and just a creative in all aspects. Like as long as I can create something, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I need to stop saying but that's what John signifies within inside of my name.
Right.
When you hear it, it's kind of like when you hear the word John, you know it's any and everything. It's hand me that John. I was just at that John, which was a party. You got what I'm saying? And it not having
Got
any
levels to this meaning.
Yeah, John doesn't have there's not a box.
Yeah.
There's not a ceiling for it. It's whatever
It's
you
whatever.
want it to be.
Right.
Can't nobody tell you that's not a John.
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying?
Right.
So can't nobody tell me what I am or who I want to be either.
Right.
So, but not to say, I know a lot of people say you can't do everything, but I can do everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
But
mean?
anyone
And that's
can
just
do everything
that's
that they
the
wanna do.
mindset that I have. Like I
Yeah.
could do whatever I want to do. Not to say I want to be everything. You know what I'm saying? But I could do whatever I actually want to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, from the breakdown of my name.
I like that.
Me too.
Okay, Joy.
Got some meaning behind
she played.
this.
She played it
Got
safe.
some meaning behind it.
Okay, Joy. So how do you get started, like in this whole music industry?
Music industry.
Yeah.
I've always like my family always says we knew you were going to work in entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know exactly what realm of entertainment I was going to work in. As a kid, I was acting. So I was always on auditions. I was always in y'all neck of the woods, New York.
Okay.
I used to be in New York like every weekend auditioning and doing
What,
stuff.
for commercials and shit?
Yeah, commercials, everything. The difference was I had low self-esteem when I was younger. So it was like my mom put me into it, and then it was like in acting class, I shined so bright. Like they were just like, she's amazing. Then I got an agent and a manager. They was like, she's amazing. But when they would like put me out there to sell myself in front of people, I would close. Like I was
shut
like,
down.
I was shut down. So they would send back reviews like, she's green. Like, why the fuck did y'all send her up here? And my agent wouldn't get it. He was like, I'm confused, Joy. I'm so confused. You're brilliant. Like, I just don't get how they don't see this.
Right.
And for me, it was like a self-esteem thing because in my brain, how I translated me going up here and talking to these 3 casting directors, I got to show you that I'm worthy enough for this role. Instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like my mindset wasn't where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Also,
You
as a
didn't feel
kid.
like you had to that you had to prove yourself.
Yeah, it was just like, and you know what I mean? And also I remember I went to Jersey when I was probably like 10 and I had an audition over there. And I don't think the casting director expected me to be a little black girl. And I seen the disappointment kind of on her face, aka racism. When she seen it was this little black girl walking in, and I could read it, and it hurt. And I just asked myself, are you ready to like walk out here as a kid and put yourself out here every day to be told no and that you're not good enough?
And that's hard too because like
know what
as
I'm
a
saying?
child,
Yeah.
you still kind of like, you know.
Especially when I kind of dealt with it in the household too. So it was kind of like when you being told you're not good enough on this end, and then you going out here and you trying to prove to these casting directors and to the rest of the world that
It's hard.
you're good enough. You know what I mean? So I kind of
you ain't
like,
mature at that age anyway.
Exactly.
You still
So-
got a lot of development to
Exactly.
go through and all of that.
so I kind of just fell back off of acting. And I was like, Mom, I don't want to do it. And I was like, I just want to be a kid.
Yeah.
And then when I became like 14, 15, I started doing it again. I got back into acting. But what happened was when you do your resumes as a actor, you got to put your special skills down. So I'm just like this little teenager, and I'm like, special skills. I can go cross-eyed. I did Taekwondo. I'm a brown belt. Like I'm just putting everything. I know how to play basketball. My left is crazy. Rapping, put that there too. What black kid doesn't know how to rap?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Put that there too. I really couldn't rap though.
Oh, you can?
No, I can now, but I couldn't then.
Yeah.
And I remember I went up to New York for an audition. It was for Gossip Girl, and they was like, "Oh, you can rap." I was like,
That's all they saw. You put all that down there.
put all it down. They said rap. They ain't pull out a basketball court, none of that. I was like, because if it's Love and Basketball again, I got the job. But like, it was like rap, and I was just like, and I bombed. And that was just like also, it probably wasn't even that I couldn't rap because I would play around with rap. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I put my joint on.
It's cool.
But I got nervous, and I just bombed. And at that point, I was like, oh, you gotta really learn how to rap. So I went back home, and I just started rapping more. Like, I just started writing a lot more. I always loved words, though. That was, like, always as a kid, I wrote poetry, all that type of stuff. I always had a love for words. So when the rapping came about, it was just like, oh, rap, 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 rap. And I remember the next audition I had, it was for a PSA commercial for breast cancer awareness. And, you know, they looked at the resume and they seen rap. And they was like, they was like, so can you rap for us? And I was like, yeah, I got you. And they were like, if we give you the statistics on breast cancer, can you make a rap about it? We'll give you a couple minutes. So I went back out to the area, waiting area, made my rap. I came back in. I rapped a joint about breast cancer, and my agent called. He was like, you got the job, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, shit, girl.
And stuff like that. And then from that point, how I knew I wanted to be within the music industry was because from when I picked up music, I haven't let music go. When I was acting, I let acting go. I was acting, stop acting. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's always in me, like the theatrics part. But the love of just continuously creating came through music, just making music. And then I came down here for college. I was majoring in theater. Then I was like, you at Clark Atlanta majoring for theater. Doesn't make sense. You should have just went to the theater school you wanted to go to. So I changed my major to mass media, radio, TV, and I got into radio in college. I never even thought about it. It was just like, oh, well, I got a couple friends and they're in radio, and mommy.
I'm just going to try.
And everybody was talking about these like professors over there, and their classes were so much cooler. And I said, I'm changing my major. At first I was going to film though, but then there was a film professor over there, love her to death. She was a little, and I said, I don't know if I could deal with that for another like 4 semesters. So I moved over to radio, and I fell in love with it. Plus, I like talking, as y'all can see.
Yeah.
And
that's a good thing.
And the next thing you know, everything for radio just started like taking off with the putting in the effort and the time to hone in on my craft within radio, because that's a craft within itself. And then it was just like music, hip hop, and everything came together there. Through there, I started making different connections and building with artists and building with managers and different people like that, just bringing people through my my radio show on campus. That was like my first, like, when I was like, all right, so then that's when I knew I was going to get into the music side. But post-graduation, I ended up working on the theater side. I was running around as a production assistant for a playwright, and the play had Kenny Lattimore, Tamika Scott in it. And I was like running around doing all of that. And it was fun because it still was in the entertainment and stuff like that. And then I started interning. I had a few internships in college, and then when I graduated, I got an internship through Sense. And he was like, yo, you gonna rock with me or whatever like that. So I came over here, and I was over here at Mean Streets from like 2 days a week coming in for radio and stuff like that. And then from there, everything just progressed. And then Drama Cannon was like, we're gonna hire you.
Right.
And then from there, everything else just took off. So it was just like growing with them, with Streets is Watching, growing with my own platform, the John Joy Show on Dash Radio, the opportunities that have came from that with Sprite and so forth and so forth. And then as well as working for Atlantic outside of the studio and running the studio, it's just like I get to see all aspects. And that's what I wanted to come in to do. You know what I'm saying? I never liked the act of being powerless.
Well, how do you feel about like being a woman though? Do you feel like you have to like be a little bit more aggressive? Like, do you show your divine femininity?
No.
No?
No. I don't think people know feminine joy around here.
Why do you feel like you gotta be a little bit aggressive in this,
because
in this
I'm a happy go jolly person. So it's like you can't have feminine joy plus happy go jolly joy.
Why not?
Because you're not gonna take me serious at all.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be like, she's fun, she's silly, and she's girly. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you're saying that you can't be like girly and be a boss in the music industry?
I feel like it just depends. I've always been a tomboy though. So I can't sit up there and act like it's like I had to become something else I wasn't. I was the kid running around with basketball shorts, the T-shirt,
you feel like
and the
you
basketball
had
in my
to
shirt.
be more aggressive.
I definitely, you had to be more aggressive because you're dealing with men most of the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And not all of them are disrespectful, but sometimes people just don't take you as serious. Or they don't think you really about shit. Like, they don't think you really will do what the fuck you said you're going to do. I'm also from Philly at the end of the day. I will do what the hell I said I was going to do.
Right.
Like, please don't don't try the kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm all fun and games, but don't try the kid. And that's just really where it be at with me. So it's just like, I was actually in LA one time, and I was in a studio out in LA, and somebody like was like, "Oh yeah, I heard about you. I heard you don't take no shit. You cool as hell though. Everybody love you, but I heard you don't take no shit." And I was just like, "I'm in LA, and this is what people saying about me."
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? But it's just like, it's more so just like, you can ask somebody to do something, and they might just totally disregard you. You get what I'm saying? And that was something I had to grow into as well. Drama was one of the people too. Like, go stand up for yourself, or, you know what I mean? Like, go handle that, or, you get what I'm saying? Like, go, you could speak.
So they'll basically just be like you ain't even said shit.
Yeah, like, they'll totally ignore you. And it was just like, and at certain times, like, you don't know if it's going to like mess up an opportunity, or if it's going, you know what I'm saying? Or a lot of women are scared though also to look like a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna bring that up. Like, I've heard that so many times that, you know, a lot of women kind of like, I don't want to say dumb themselves down, but just like, you know, kind of not be that aggressive, because we do get called bitches if we are aggressive.
I think the happy-go-jolly part of me
angry
is what
black woman.
stops
Yeah,
people from calling me a
angry
bitch.
The what?
If the happy-go-jolly part of me, like the silly joy, is what people see.
stops people from calling
so
you
the only
your
thing they
bitch,
can say is
yeah.
Joy don't take no shit. She
Right.
cool as hell, but she don't take no shit. So
Yeah.
no, the B word, it don't get thrown around in that manner of when I'm defending myself or putting my foot down or standing up for something.
Right.
Yeah.
But every girl's not like that. Every girl might not be happy go jolly. I'm also the girls guy. Like, I hang out with a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I've always been around guys. So being in an industry full of men, or just, you know what I mean, in settings where it's predominantly men, is not awkward to me.
Yeah.
I was raised around it. So it was like that environment is not foreign to me. So I think sometimes my experience might be a little different, except for when it's targeted.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But my mentality is never looked at as like, oh, I'm a girl in this. I don't really see that.
Right.
I never seen it as like, I feel like I have to dress like that to get this opportunity, or I need him to like me, or if anything, I've always played the sister role. I'm gonna bro you to death.
Yeah.
You gonna know. And then you gonna fuck with me so heavy where it's like, yo, she too cool to be around. That's sis right there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like that lane and what I've built when it comes to just how I move and navigate. I don't feel like I personally have to deal with those certain issues. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being fully a female within the music industry.
To become
But yeah,
that.
you still gotta. Yeah, it takes a process to grow into, because, you know, of course, like, they'll see you all made up and be like, oh yeah, I clean up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can clean up
do
real
this.
nice.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I can still do that. But it's just like, you know,
I'm the Joy Jones.
you just want respect. You just want respect the most. You feel me? You just want respect. You know, a lot of women within the music industry deal with, you walk into a room and you're not acknowledged, but you really the person that make everything shake in that room.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just don't know.
Right.
You feel me? So it's just like, and I'm still like coming up. I'm still young in all of this. You feel me? Like, I ain't got a million years, like a whole bunch of years under my belt. Like, you feel me? Like,
I
but
feel you.
you know, but it's just like, between mentors and other women I look up to into the music industry and have relationships with, and see the battles that they suffer, my peers, my friends, you feel me? Like, we
What
all
are those battles?
the not being taken as serious, the being scared to be a bitch because you stand up for yourself. But if a nigga did it, it would have been totally different.
He's a boss.
He's a boss. Like I said, walking into a room and you make everything shake in there, and they act like you just probably with that person, not knowing that you got a whole position.
Like, you
or
just, like, you know,
you just anybody.
You
Like,
anyone.
yeah, you
wanna,
gotta-
you one of them.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
you somebody's girl or
Yeah,
whatever.
you know what I'm saying? Or a lot of people just don't know a lot of the roles that women do within the music industry. Everybody's not and I think social media is becoming something that is helping with that too, because a lot of women within the entertainment industry, they have their Instagrams and
They have
things
a
of that
voice now
sort.
because
Yeah,
of
they have that
Instagram.
voice, so people could really see it.
See,
You know what I
now.
mean? But like,
Before,
Yeah.
it was just like, you know, you walk into the room with the whole crew, and you the woman.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
oh, she just with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, she. was
Or
one
it's
of
like,
them.
or they could know your position, but they don't know the weight that you might even carry within that company.
Right.
You feel me? Like, it's situations like that too. I feel like it's always that battle within itself,
Yeah.
you know. But I feel like as a woman and as a black woman, we not built soft.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel me? We not built soft. It's
Right.
just, you got to learn how to navigate.
Yeah. And tell us about your radio show, because I know you got a radio show and we just went past it, but tell us more about it for those of the our viewers that don't know.
So I have a radio show. It's on Dash Radio, which is really the founder is DJ Ski. Is based out in LA. That's where like the main headquarters are. About 2 years ago, a year and a half or so, Dash landed into Atlanta through Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes, probably the third. Is he the third? And Ike, he created the whole setup and on his premises, and he kept speaking on how Atlanta is a place of culture, but a lot of the times, because Atlanta is this place where culture is made and where culture resides, that is taken to other cities to be exploited more so. Like, everybody coming to Atlanta to make music. Everybody want the sauce. Everybody in Atlanta for the sauce. But when the album drops, everybody running to New York for press. You know?
Or LA.
Or LA or this or that. But it's like, why can't we have those same platforms right here in the city that creates all of this sauce? Like, why can't we create the sauce and come talk? You feel me?
Same thing with fashion too. Angela always saying that about fashion.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like, with my show on Dash is, I'm a hip hop head. You know what I mean? Like, when did you fall in love with hip hop? I know. When, you know what I'm saying? And I always, like, I love the evolution of hip hop. So hip hop will always remain like me, like I am hip hop. So my show is more so just centered towards hip hop culture, what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? How things are transitioning, highlighting what I can highlight and keeping it as positive as I can. I do a Slime Time report on it. I'm not a gossiper. I've never been a gossiper. I don't like talking about people.
Yeah. And I like that. Like, you
honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
like,
and I feel you
when
too.
you gossip about somebody, you gotta honestly have a piece of your heart that cares.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
So-
why do you even care about this person that you don't even know?
So
But
for
you
me,
wanna talk
I don't
about,
really
you
be
wanna
caring.
authentic.
Yeah.
So
you care about music, so that's what
Exactly.
you're gonna talk about.
So
Like, we
but
care about hair.
Yeah.
exactly, but people still want that type of news delivered to them. They still want to know
Yeah.
what happened. Did such and such do this? How did this happen? You know what I'm saying? So my way is I do a segment on my show where I report news, but it's called Slime Time Report. I report the news, but I just identify who I think is the slime factor within the story.
Okay.
So it's just like,
that.
Yeah.
it's like kind of like Charlemagne's Donkey of the Day.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
kind of like are calling you out.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just slime time, because a lot of times I'll be like, man, that's slime. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and it's not to bash nobody, but it's just like, yo, you was slime in that factor. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like something about police brutality, you know what I mean? Like, that's not necessarily hip hop, but that's an issue we deal with within the hip hop culture.
Right.
So if I see a video and I see cop doing something crazy off deck, I'm gonna call the whole police department slime. Y'all slime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's another way to handle that. If I see a kid doing something crazy and it's to an adult or an older person, I'm going to sit up there and say, you slime. Like the little girl who sat up there and faked her kidnapping. She slime.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
crazy.
like, I'm going to call it out, and that's just about it when it comes to that. And then I do a For the Record segment where it's more so we get into like hip hop news and things of that. But the main source of my show is interview based. I like to interview and talk to people and dig into like why you started music and why you want to, like, what is this and what's inside of you, and you know what I mean, how you look at the world and things of that sort. So it's just like, that's what
That's what you.
I love the most about my show is just the interviews and interviewing people that it's even better when you interview an artist that you're a fan of, and not to say like, oh, I'm a crazy fan, but you're a fan of their work, you're a fan of what they create and put into this world and things like that. So the conversations become a little bit more in depth and more
Right. And I can
real.
relate in that sense because, like, even speaking to you, which, you know, you have no, you know, like, you just have your take on hair and what you feel. And I feel like we've encountered a lot of those, like, things where people have just different perspective, which is why we don't call the creamy crack anymore.
Right.
Oh, it's not called creamy crack no
No,
more?
we're not. We're not gonna do it. I mean,
I just say
people
just
still
for
call-
me.
Yeah.
People
But you
still
know.
do it, but it's just offensive to people
certain
who
people.
still
I mean,
rock relaxes. You know
No,
what
that's
I'm
true.
saying?
I mean, I ain't gonna fraud. Some people still need that shit.
No, we're not gonna do that.
We're
not gonna do that, Joy.
Yeah, we're not going to do it. We're not going to.
I'm
We are
joking.
not
I'm
about
joking.
to do that.
I'm joking. I'm about to add comedian to my list, y'all. I'm about to try it out this year. I'm going to the Laugh House.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, we're not going to do that on the show.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Rashad said we should do it.
Yeah.
He said I should do it.
But go ahead, keep on telling us about the interviews and all that.
But yeah, you know, it's just like interview based, and I really love that part of just really sitting down and having that one-on-one conversation, because that's how I look at it. I don't like to look at it as an interview. I just want to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And that's how I even break it to some people if they be like kind of hesitant, or if they was in the news about something. It's like, I don't like negativity. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you was just caught in the news for doing something crazy, like you got into it with your girlfriend, or this just happened or that just happened, we don't got to talk about it if you don't want to talk about it. And if we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it in a respectful manner.
Yeah. Right.
And that's just the way I look at it, because I still believe off of treat others the way you want to be treated.
Right.
So if you was in that position, it's just like, nobody can judge. We all do messed up things in life,
Yeah.
or whatever the case may
Everybody
be.
got contradictions
You got
in their
caught
life.
drinking and driving, or this happened, or you got what I'm saying, when you think about certain aspects. And a lot of the times people don't want to come, like when I got into media and being in school, I knew what my mission was when I started. It was, I don't want people to look at the media like it's evil, because it shouldn't be. It connects you to the world. You got what I'm saying? Like, especially when you go off to college, like, for example, shout out to my friend Mommy back here.
I mean, and it, hey, mommy, and it's just like,
Hey,
it's about the integrity though of the type of show that you have. You know
Exactly,
what I'm saying?
but
So,
it's more so like, when people think of, when you hear the word media, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
fake news.
It's nothing positive.
Right.
It's nothing positive, and that's what I wanted to change about media. The perception of what media is. It shouldn't be a negative.
Well, the thing is that media has such a huge power to influence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times that influence has not been so good at times.
Right.
Because they
And
don't
they
use their
throw-
power for good.
Right. You know, I mean, people look to like, I mean, I know people like my father. He sits there and watches fucking
I can't.
CNN all day. You know what I'm saying?
can't. Yeah.
And it's just like they have such a power to persuade the masses.
Yes.
And that, you know, that's the thing. You know what
And
I'm
that's
saying?
why I want to use it for good.
And put to fear.
Yeah, my mother just told me that the world, is World War III, obviously.
You know what I'm saying?
and,
Like, they
is
have-
the word
have y'all
is
ever
the
seen-
war even
I don't-
like labeled?
listen.
Everybody
But
calling
this
it
is
World
what
War
I'm
III.
saying,
Like,
like-
social media gotta chill.
Like, everybody should watch this movie called, what is it, Watch the Dog or Wag the Dog or something like that. And it was basically where Hollywood created a fake war. You know what I'm saying? And that's, to me, that's just like a symbol of like how the media can just basically produce something and just run with it and it be fake as hell.
Yeah, because your target is it's powerful.
It's very powerful.
I feel like it's so powerful,
Yes.
and
Yes,
for
it could
you
be-
to, like, even for example, like if I have an interview and somebody watch, like, and I go back and look at the views, and not to say they like crazy, but let's say I do an interview and it gets like 50,000 views or something like that. That's 50,000 people that sat up there, listened to me talk to an artist, and took in what the hell I just said.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now they're about to run with it. I could have said something to them that spoke to them, and they're gonna run with it,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And do it and take it however that they take it in their mind and process it.
Right.
I feel like that's a responsibility when you have access to that many people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people forget,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the scary part about it. So I just know, like, when I came into media, it was just like, I don't want to be that negative. More importantly, I don't want artists to go on press runs and feel like they scared to do a show or sit down with me.
Right.
You
'Cause
feel
you
me?
might say something crazy.
Because
or
they
whatever
scared of what
you
you're gonna
was
say. It's just
Right.
like, let's just have a real conversation. Everybody make mistakes. You feel me? It's like a no judgment zone. You know what I
Right.
mean? I just want it to be that safe house. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's what I want my show to be. I want, when people think of the Joy and Joy, when it comes to my interviews, I want people to be like, that's a safe haven.
Yeah.
If something happens, I know I can go talk to her about it.
And
that's,
she gonna be cool about
and she
it,
gonna be
and
cool
she not
about
gonna
it.
be
She's not gonna judge me
judgmental.
about it. And I'm
Right.
gonna be able to get my side of the story out.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
I feel
it's,
safe there.
I feel safe there. I can voice how I feel. And it's just like, a lot of times when people do interviews and they say something crazy, people like, oh, I'm not taking that out. Because you want the clicks. You want the,
You want clickbait.
you want this, you want that. But it's people's lives that are affected when you do certain things.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just like, somebody hit me and be like, yo, can you take that out? No problem. Sometimes managers then hit me and say, can you take that out? And I'll be like, it's already taken out, because I felt like it shouldn't have
was
been in
been
there.
in
And
there.
it would have been detrimental to that person's
Right,
career.
Right.
You feel me? So it's just like, it's just that responsibility. And that's what I came into media for.
I love that.
Yeah.
Y'all watch?
Shout out to the John Joy. Shout out to the John Joy. I said it right?
Yeah, you did. You had to take your time. I respect it though.
And tell them where they can find you. All your handles and all of that stuff.
You can find me at the John Joy, TheJawnJoy, not a Y. You feel me? At a IJOI. The John Drive. You feeling bougie? You know what I mean? You can hit the kid. You can find me. I'm on Dash Radio every Thursday. Southside Dash Radio is the station. Southside is the station on Dash Radio. Every Thursday 4 to 6, and that bit getting lit. You know,
she out here vibing, guys.
you know what I mean? So that's just what we do. And then on Fridays you can catch me with Streets is Watching on Shade 45 with DJ Drama, Don Cannon, Trendsetter Sense, Sarah Vivon. And I said Don Cannon, right?
Yeah, you said
okay.
Cannon.
Yeah, I said it so fast. I was like, I can't forget the GOAT, like, you feel me? My GOAT father, you know. But yeah, and I'm there. But yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So before y'all go, we gotta, do we calling you out?
Oh shit.
Yes.
Your version of the slime.
Yeah, the version of the slime, and we have what's her name? I don't know her name, but this particular individual, she's out here.
Here we go. See,
That's not baby hair though.
but it's not. It's not baby hair.
Yo, shorty put beeswax.
Exactly. Thank
She
you.
noticed it.
Thank you. Beeswax. Beeswax.
She
in
put
her-
beeswax to do her edges.
Listen, her hair was getting
But that shit gonna hold. That's gonna
But
hold.
it's but let me tell you,
was
she
like,
didn't.
listen,
But the thing is, when you
her
go
hair
to
becoming
shampoo
real
that
red.
shit-
exactly.
Her scalp is turning red.
Yeah.
And she put glue, got to be glue on top of that.
Yo, she going crazy.
Look at
And
this,
she
look at
cutting
this, look at
her stuff.
Bro,
Look at
she
this.
just cut her hair to the baby edges. Oh, that's crazy.
To
but
get a style.
She's definitely gonna get a nigga tonight though.
Exactly. It's cute.
Them baby hairs
I mean,
is
it's
laid.
cute. Don't get
It's
me
cute.
wrong, but it's just like,
It's
really?
too much. I don't
This
think
is
it's
what we doing out
necessary.
here?
Oh, dry it too. Yes, with the bun.
Look, she's serious about this.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. She
and
look
then
fire.
hold on. Did she do the?
Cause she knew her
And
shit
then they
was
be doing
popping.
all of this.
So, is there a way that she could achieve that at a more healthier
Yeah,
way?
she could have just kept it with the glue, and
The glue.
Yeah, just the
It was
hair
the hair. It wasn't hair glue.
got
It's
to be
the-
glue or something
Oh,
like that. Got to
okay.
be.
It's like the
something.
gel that.
It's the gel, but
It's
it's
the
like
gel.
it's like
It's-
sticky.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Or she could do. There's other better ways to do it. With edge,
Her hair was
maybe
popping,
edge
though.
control. There's different types of
Yeah,
edge
it's
control.
different types of. Yeah.
But there's really
Or
no.
I like
clay.
Lyra Galore. I don't know Lyra, so it's not like I'm just shouting her
Yeah.
out because I know her or nothing. But like the Lyra Galore stuff be popping. I use a lot of my friends.
I haven't even.
I don't know. I don't even know what she's talking about.
Right.
Lyra Galore got edge control.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I don't know what's in it,
Right.
but she
Yeah.
sell it.
Right.
And they lay your shit down.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. You know what? Like, guys, I just.
I'm not a huge edge. Are you being facetious?
No, I'm so serious.
Are you?
I'm so serious.
Oh, okay.
I'm so serious. Swear for God.
I don't believe you now.
I'm so. Yo.
Do she got an edge control or not?
Yes, Lyra
Oh,
Galore got an edge control.
okay.
I don't know who's that, but okay.
Yeah.
P from QC, his baby mom.
Listen, this. She don't know.
Yeah, you so out the
nobody.
loop. It's
Like,
okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was about to call you something that I call you off air, but I can't do it.
He could walk past her on the street and she would not know who the fuck that is.
Nah, listen, I can know a lot of people, but like as far as like
Like the inside industry stuff.
Man, people who don't be in the
Love
music
and
industry, they
hip-hop.
see somebody with a chain and they be like, yo, is that a famous person? And I be like, no, it's just a nigga with a chain.
Is that a rapper?
is that a rapper? I don't know like a lot of, especially
Yeah.
like the trash TV, like they be a lot of people be like, who, such and such. I'm like,
Nah.
and I feel bad because I really don't know.
Don't feel,
like,
it's all good. You don't need to.
but whatever.
It ain't even that deep.
I'm D. I'm Dyra. 2020.
I'm screaming.
Still cursing.
I'm not letting that up.
She said she was gonna stop cursing.
I was I'm gonna.
My
stop.
daddy was a seller. I can't let it go.
You're not gonna stop cursing.
Hell no.
I'm gonna bring it down a notch because I can curse. I don't feel like I curse a lot, but when I'm like expressing my feelings and I'll be like that
You just
motherfucker,
get- yeah.
like that, I get in my Bronx comes out, girl. So what's your hair quote, Soy?
Clean hair is godly hair.
Okay,
Yes.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers gotta clean y'all
Here
hair.
you go. Here you go. Here you go. Now waiting like what? Like
seconds.
Man.
No, but for real though, that listen, if I gotta shampoo your hair more than 3 times, right, that's a problem.
It's
for
a
me.
problem. It's a real problem. Like, y'all gotta get over not shampooing your hair, like, and do it more.
You shouldn't go more than 2 weeks without shampooing your hair.
Yeah,
I
stop
said
it. Like, stop it. Stop the madness. Okay, and we out. You guys.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Itchy, yeah.
Thanks, Joy, for coming.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes. Where can they find us?
They can find us everywhere. We are on everywhere.
We on
everywhere.
everywhere. So we on SoundCloud,
Pandora,
YouTube, Pandora,
iTunes podcast, iHeart. We're on everywhere.
Can y'all look us up, subscribe, tell us what you think, slip into the DMs.
Peace, love, and joy.
Peace.